Good morning, my students. Today we'll be covering Chapter 6, which is electricity. First, we will read our concepts. The unit of electric charge is the coulomb. Charge is Q equals N times E. Now we read our question. A 1.0 electric current corresponds to the charge of how many electrons flowing through a wire per second. We need to also put the equivalent of this equation, which is E equals Q over N. Now let's plug in our numbers, students. 1.0 divided by coulombs over seconds divided by 1.60 times 10 to the negative 19th power, and that would be coulombs over electrons. Now, students, let's do our first step, which is
numbers first.
Numbers first.
thank you, my students. So, 1.0 divided by 1.6 is
0.625.
and then we will do our second step, which is
Exponents.
times 10 to the negative what power?
19.
And now we'll combine our numbers, which is step 3. Coulombs over second times electrons over coulombs. And what do we do, students?
Cross out
Cross out.
coulombs.
So now electrons will be over seconds. And our answer is, do we have our answer, students?
No.
What should we do now?
Put it in
The
scientific
scientific
notation.
notation.
Thank you, my students. Excellent. So now we have 6.25 times 10 to the negative what power, students?
Negative 20.
Correct, my students. And what's the equation?
Electrons over seconds.
Excellent, my students. We have our answer. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Christina, and today's concept will be electrostatic change results from transfer or redistribution of electrons. So quantity of charge is equal to the number of electrons times the electron charge. Now let's read our question. A rubber balloon has become negatively charged from being rubbed with a wool cloth, and the charge is measured as 1.0 times 10 to the negative 14th coulomb. According to this charge, the balloon contains an excess of how many electrons? So to find the number of electrons, this equation is equivalent to E equals Q over N. So now let's plug in our numbers. 1.00 times 10 to the negative 14 coulombs divided by the electron given, which is 1.60 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs over electrons. So in order to solve this problem, we'll move on to step 1, which is
Do numbers first.
numbers first. 1.0 divided by 1.6 equals 0.625. Step 2,
Exponents.
Exponents.
exponents. Negative 19 minus negative 14 equals
Negative 5.
negative 5. And the final step is
Combine.
Fine.
coulombs times coulombs over electrons. Our coulombs cancel, and we're just left with the electrons. So are we finished with this problem?
No.
No, because we have to put this number into scientific notation. So when we move the decimal over 1 point to the right, we are left with 6.25 times 10 to the what power?
-6.
Negative 6 electrons. And this is our final answer. Thank you.
So my concept for this one is volts equal current times resistance, and that the electrical resistance of a conductor is measured in the units of volts. And my question is, a step-down transformer on 120 volt electric generator has 30 loops on the primary for each loop in the secondary. What is the secondary voltage of the secondary? So for this problem, we're gonna take the formula V equals IR and use the equivalent of this formula, which is VP over NP. You're gonna take 120 volts and divide that by 30 loops, which is 4.0 volts, and that's your answer.
Hello, my students. My name is Tajay Collins, and today we will be solving a problem from Chapter 6, Electricity. So let us go to our concept. If you multiply volts times amps, the answer will be in units of power. And you can see right here we have power equals amps times volts. So what we do for this problem for the question is an electric motor draws a current of 11.5 amps in a 240 volt circuit. What is the power in watts? Well, if we go to our work, we do 11.5 amps times 240 volts gives us an answer of 2,760 watts. You're welcome.
Good. All right. The concept is that the electrical potential difference between 2 points in a circuit is measured in units of volts. The formula to find volts is V is equal to W over Q. My question is, a dry cell does 7.5 joules of work through the chemical energy to transfer 5.0 coulombs between the terminal of a cell. What is the electrical potential between two terminals? And over here, I wrote down the formula, which is V equals to W over Q. And to find volts, we did 7.50 joules over 5, which is equal to 1.50 joules over coulomb, which is equal to 1.50 volts.